Well, what's up, Fearless Nation? Watch The Untold Truth, Lennox Lewis. I enjoyed it. It's a documentary. I saw it on Crackle. I was trying to find it for the longest. Like, where can I see this documentary? Narrated by the DRE, Dr. Dre. There were some parts where they slipped in another guy's voice. I was like, are they trying to make us think this is Dre? But most of it was done by Dr. Dre. Even showed them playing chess at the end. It gave a lot of detailed stuff, hardcore fans of Lennox Lewis already knew. I knew most of it, except he told a story I hadn't heard of when he was growing up, I believe. I'm trying to think of the lady's name who raised him, Miss Miller or something like that, and she would beat him or something. Or he'd wake up and she'd be staring over him and he ran out of the house or something, trying to draw attention. And he said something like, "What are you going to beat me out here?" And she got embarrassed and went back in. But he had an interesting life growing up, His mom is Jamaican. He grew up in Canada, a little bit in England, mainly Canadian. And that's why some people didn't embrace him as the heavyweight champion, because they couldn't place a specific country on him. And he said before in an interview, he said, "I'm the champion of the world," which means, something like I don't have to be from a specific place. He can represent Jamaica, England, and Canada. And he won a gold medal in the 1988 Canadian Olympics. He won a gold medal for Canada in the 88 Olympics in Seoul, Korea. Got a bronze medal in 84, lost to Terrell Biggs, went in the pros and just demolished him. It's a pretty good documentary if you don't know too much about Lennox Lewis. It's called Lennox Lewis, The Untold Story. They talk to his wife, they show his family. They tell you a lot of things you might find interesting, because Lennox Lewis was a quiet guy. He kind of let his fist do the talking. He would open up on radio shows. I used to listen to him on Jim Rome, and he would have some funny interviews. Kind of has a dry sense of humor. And check it out. It's called Lennox Lewis, The Untold Story. Oh, and by the way, people like to debate who was the greatest heavyweight. Well, Emanuel Stewart, who's considered the best trainer of all time, and don't tell me he's being biased because he trained Lennox Lewis. He said, "I've been around them all." He mentioned, I believe, Ali, Larry Holmes, all of them. He said Lennox Lewis could have beaten all of them. All of them. George Foreman said Lennox Lewis was the greatest. Muhammad Ali said Lennox Lewis was the greatest. Al Bernstein said Lennox Lewis was the greatest. Check it out. Lennox Lewis, The Untold Story. This is the J. Roos Theory. Put a fist on the like button. Comment, share, subscribe. And thanks for watching, y'all. And be fearless. Know what I mean?